we gotta go away from this like hustle culture of just trying to keep busy and telling everybody that we work 70 hours a week. It's like a more like you really get shit done and you really have a great output. I can talk about the strategy that we are going to go through over the next year. We are going to diversify a lot. So like the most interesting ones that we are looking at right now is a diversification of real estate, watches, and like a portfolio of different stocks. Probably just going to put like a minor amount, like I'm talking below 5% into crypto, just because it's so fluctuating and so highly volatile. And if you're not like a fucking expert like Luke Belmar, some crazy some crazy analytical genius, I would not touch crypto. The book are Flow that I highly recommend. It's from I think a Polish psychologist. It's an amazing book. Yeah, it's called Flow. Like the name is really difficult to pronounce. But it's an amazing book. Long story short, what he talks about is that you need to set these like around 2-hour blocks with like a task that's complex and difficult, but not too complex and not too easy. So you got to find the perfect balance, and you got to experiment a little bit with what works perfect for you. And it's got to be a task that you can completely finish into like 1.5 to 2 hours. And then you put all of distractions away, you go into flight mode, cancel out everything, and then you focus on getting this one task done. And then what's going to happen is that your brain is going to get into a flow state where like everything, and you know this, right? Like tunnel vision. Everything else is going away and you lose track of time and you're just working. So to do this in the morning, then I have like a lunch break, clear my head. And then I usually have calls, like calls with my co-founder, with prospects, with clients, with team members, just kind of like managing everything. I usually work until like 8 to 10 p.m. depends on the day to day. For me, it's like really important. And I did a tweet, funny enough, about this yesterday. It's really, really important to keep consistency. So I don't see point in just trying to hustle as hard as possible, like 14, 16-hour work days every single day. But rather like keep it really well structured, take a lot of breaks, and really be efficient in the work, and not just wasting trying to convince myself that I'm being productive.
Right.
Yeah. So that's usually my day to day.
Love that. Yeah. Well, it's funny you mentioned that too, because I mean, you still do work a pretty significant amount of time, but I'm sure you wouldn't consider it all like 100% work. So you start at like 8 or 9 and you go until like 8. That sounds pretty relatable to me as well, because I usually work well into the day, but towards the end of the day, it's almost like not really, like you said, it's not this like focused work. It's more just like fun work, I guess you could call it.
And for real, to everybody listening, if you get 2 of these flow state blocks every single day, like 4 hours of highly productive, highly efficient work every single day consistently, you're going to be like so much further ahead to all of your competition. Like you don't know how long 4 hours are of like really concentrated work. I'm not talking about 2 hours working and I'm checking my phone every 5 minutes and having like 10 different tabs open, right? And I think if like we gotta go away from this like hustle culture of just trying to keep busy and telling everybody that we work 70 hours a week. So it's like a more like you really get shit done and you really have a great output kind of work week.
Love that. Especially right now, man. I feel like there's more distractions than ever. And I think that's why people struggle to actually make it anywhere, because that's really good advice. Just setting like 4 hours of really deep focused work. Whereas I think a lot of people, what they do, it's like they'll work all day, all night. But like you said, it's almost like hustle porn. Like they think they're working so much because they're checking social media, they're doing all this stuff, but it's not really getting them anywhere. They're kind of just treading water. So that's really great advice. Now let me shift a little bit again. So we're going everywhere. So with all this like crypto stuff going on, I'm really starting to become curious in people like yourself and others, how they're investing their money, because I just want to take in all these different perspectives. Obviously, there's people that were all in on crypto, people that are all in on index funds, real estate, whatever. And I think investing either in your own business or in something else is pretty important, judging based on the success of others. I haven't had enough time in the market to really like make anything significant of it. But I'm wondering, what are you doing when it comes to investing? Is it just your business, or are you like looking into investments for the long term?
Really interesting question too. So I'm not in the position to talk about traditional investments in that sense because we did not yet pull the trigger. I'm looking at a lot of different options. This I can talk about the strategy that we are going to go through over the next year, but
Sure.
really important to say, like I don't
Not
have a track
financial
record
advice.
of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. What we are going to do is we are going to diversify a lot. So like the most interesting ones that we are looking at right now is a diversification of real estate, watches, and like a portfolio of different stocks.
Oh.
Probably just going to put like a minor amount, like I'm talking below 5% into crypto, just because it's so fluctuating and so highly volatile. And if you're not like a fucking expert like Luke Belmar, some crazy analytical genius, I would not touch crypto. Like I see what Luke's doing and it's fucking brilliant, but I personally couldn't do that, so I don't want to.